Let me take you back to your childhood for a minute. Let's reminisce on the times where we climbed trees just to say that we can, where we jumped on our bikes with a couple of friends and felt free enough to go anywhere, where being outside allowed games like tag, cops and robbers, kick the can, and ghost in the graveyard to be played from dawn till dusk. I noticed a few faces in the crowd light up when I mentioned a couple childhood memories, so please share with me. What were some of the games that you liked to play when you were younger? Please just shout them out.
Red Rover.
Kickball.
Duck, duck, goose.
Any others?
Johnny and the Pony.
Johnny and the Pony. See, all of these are all instant classics among us today.
Eat Kellogg's.
However, among kids today, they do not share the same memories that we just discussed. Instead of the images that I've just shown you, children today are probably more accustomed to the following. Watching TV from the safe distance of the couch, stagnant for hours. Playing video games for so long that their eyes are bloodshot and their hands are cramped. Or sitting in front of a computer screen for entire days, utterly mesmerized by the internet. This chart, taken from a 2004 article published in Science Direct, written by Elizabeth Vandewater, entitled Linking Obesity and Activity Level with Children's Television and Video Game Use, clearly reiterates the fact towards stagnancy amongst boys and girls alike today. Since this is difficult to read, I converted it into bar graphs, where you can see that girls spend at least 3 times as much time stagnant as they do active, and boys follow suit with the same trends towards triple the time stagnancy as activity. You see, today, we are all aware of the current health crisis, to the point that even some of the root causes are making efforts to increase their appeal amongst the health-conscious consumer. Kellogg and the breakfast cereal industry must do the same and follow suit with current market trends. As a team, Kellogg Corrections and I have thoroughly studied the Kellogg Company for the past fall semester and have come here to pitch our solutions to their marketing problem. So today, we will begin with the current health issues facing Kellogg's, then we'll move to our Kellogg's Kid Field Day event, followed by our commercial responses and the implementation of these plans.
According to referenceforbusiness.com, a website hosted by a company that gathers information on companies for researchers, accessed earlier this month, since the founding of Kellogg in 1906, the company has targeted sugar-coated cereal at children and offered bran and other healthy grains to adults. This marketing strategy worked for the company until the health of America's youth declined. Although this decline was not solely caused by the sugar cereal industry, it did play a role. As a result, Kellogg's image has become tarnished to some, as many Kellogg's consumers now associate the company's products and icons such as Toucan Sam and Tony the Tiger with high sugar content and poor nutritional value. This association has led many parents to stop buying Kellogg's sugary cereals, and is partially why Kellogg saw revenue loss this past year. As a result, Kellogg's has worked to reduce the amount of sugar its cereal contains, and has therefore addressed the sugar content problem. However, the company has not marketed these changes effectively, and therefore has not addressed the image perception problem. We believe the image perception problem is the biggest marketing challenge that Kellogg faces today. Since we want the company to remain the leader in the breakfast cereal industry, we have 2 solutions for how the company can adequately reposition its company in the minds of its consumers.
Our first solution is our Kellogg Kids Field Day. This will be hosted by Kellogg's in each state. It will involve activities to get kids moving, as well as trivia games to teach children about dietary and nutritional facts. Obesity among children in the United States has become a serious issue, and it needs to be addressed. Kellogg wants to be a company that promotes children to choose a healthy lifestyle, with the motto, be a Kellogg's kid, eat right, play like a champion. We've divided up the United States into 7 different regions, with a set of staff members assigned to each region. The staff will help plan and set up the events. Students from kindergarten to 5th grade from private, public, and parochial schools are all eligible to participate. The school in their state that collects the most amount of Kellogg Cash coupons will win the field day. The Kellogg Cash coupon is similar to the idea of a box top, and is located on the back of every kid's cereal box. Cereals that are deemed more healthful will be equal to 5 points, while cereals that are deemed less healthful will be equal to 1 point. We are hoping this will create an incentive among children to choose a more healthy cereal. Students can collect the coupons throughout the year and turn them in to their homeroom teacher. The deadline for the competition will be March 1st. There will be a variety of activities at the field day, like classic games as tug-of-war, as well as trivia games hosted by the pediatrician and nutritionist. They can win promotional prizes, and they will leave with Kellogg's products such as sample-sized cereal boxes, as well as coupons to give to their parents.
For our marketing strategy, we would like to implement 2 separate commercial campaigns. The first will be a mother-approved commercial, and its goal is to inform moms on the recent health changes Kellogg's has made, while also reinforcing the relationship a mother and child can have over a box of cereal. The next would be a kids preferred commercial, and its goal is to not only inform kids on the new Kellogg's Kids Field Day, but also get them excited for it using our various kid-friendly mascots like Tony the Tiger and Toucan Sam. Hopefully these commercials will be able to portray the general direction and theme that we are striving for.
Now that we have described our plans to address our marketing strategy, how are we going to implement them? This timeline, continued on the next slide, covers a 14-month period where we would take the following steps in implementing our marketing plan. We would begin in April of this year by recruiting schools from across the country to participate in our Kellogg's Kid Field Day program. In May of that same year, we would begin to establish the 7 field day teams talked about previously and assign them to a specific region of the United States. Next, we would follow up with the schools that registered by sending them advertisements such as Kellogg's pamphlets and posters, which would be used to promote participation in our program. In July of 2012, we would begin to launch our first Kellogg's coupons nationally to introduce our plan to the public. During late August, we begin to print the Kellogg Cash label on select cereals. September 1st would officially mark the beginning of the Kellogg Cash coupon collection period, which would extend throughout the fall and winter and end on March 1st of the following year, in 2013. Throughout March, we would tally up the number of points submitted by each school, and in late April, announce 1 school in each state to be the winners of the Kellogg's Kids Field Day. And lastly, in May of 2013, the Kellogg Kid Field Day teams would conduct field days across the country. With that being said, what are the costs of implementing our field day plan? The cost of the 7 field day teams, the first 4 items, were calculated by taking the average annual salary of each profession and determining what price would be appropriate for a 2-week span. Travel costs were calculated by determining the average cost of a charter bus for a 2-week span, which we found to be around $91,000. We estimated lodging costs to total $39,200. $14,000 was set aside for field day equipment, such as batons and obstacles, which would supplement what each school has to offer in conducting the field day. In addition to this, $7,000 will be used for promotional merchandise and prizes. And in addition to all of this, we set aside $35,000 for miscellaneous items such as posters and unexpected expenses. As for advertising costs, specifically our commercials, we do not recognize this to be a significant additional expense, as we already employ an advertising team to continually create new and innovative commercials that are frequently and nationally broadcast. Therefore, we would only change the content of the ad, when they would be displayed on television, and on what channels. And with that being said, our grand total cost comes out to $276,500.
So today, we've covered a lot of information. We first began with Kellogg's, the current health issue that Kellogg's is faced with, including its negative image perception. We then moved to our Kellogg's Kid Field Day event and the logistics and how that would be run. Third, we went to our 2 commercial responses, one for the kid preferred segment and the mother approved segment. And finally, we ended with an implementation and a cost analysis of each of these. So, by Kellogg's applying our solutions, we believe that Kellogg will be acting as a deterrent from kids being lazy, like this one, sitting on the couch all day and eating potato chips. But with our motto, be a Kellogg kid, eat right, play like a champion, that they will want to be outside and active and actually enjoy their lives. So, along with this, Kellogg's is already doing a great job and making their product offering more healthful. So not only would they be promoting a healthy diet, but rather a healthy lifestyle. So please remember that Kellogg is dedicated to making a more healthful company and therefore a more healthful you. Thank you.
On deck, and we'll have questions from the judging panel.
Yes, sir.
You designed a t-shirt.
Yes.
It's very good.
Any other questions? Speechless. Just how we want it.
Judges, there actually is a question from the audience.
Yes, sir.
I noticed it's been done before with minimal success with characters from Shrek, like Shrek and Donkey a few years back. How are you going to ensure that yours is more successful?
Well, the best part about this is that, as you can see, it was very, very low cost for us to actually run this. So if it does not end up being I'm looking for the word successful, profitable, there we go, then we could just absolutely just remove the cost, which was only a little bit over $250,000. But also, General Mills is our greatest competitor in the breakfast cereal industry, and they run a campaign called Box Tops for Education. I'm sure all of you have heard of. So in order to kind of make our own box top, we came up with this solution.
Thank you very much, Ms. Cooper. We're walking up. One question.
One question. This doesn't seem to be the biggest part of the problem, isn't it? Really, Burger King and McDonald's and 1,400 50-calorie lunches. So I understand where you're going after, and it's a great market, and it's a great argument to make to the market. But the reality is of actually helping people deal with the issue. You're tipping the iceberg.
Well, we understand that, but it's not just making Kellogg a better company, it's actually trying to help the country as a whole. And that's why we have a pediatrician and nutritionist on staff, because we don't want to just sell our products. Because in all honesty, not all our products are exactly healthy. That's why we are only, giving them fruit and the cereals that have a reduced sugar content. But we want to teach them how to live a healthier lifestyle by telling them how many nutrients they need a day, portion sizes, and etc.
Thank you.